Noppert has waited a very long time for this moment. Cameron hasn't made it easy for himself, but he ended a 4-year wait for his maiden lakeside victory in the prelims yesterday. Cool heads needed by both. Let's join your commentators Jim Proudfoot and Paul Nicholson.
Rob, thank you. Very good afternoon, everybody. It's Dutch Day at the lakeside. There's a rich heritage of Netherlands success on this stage, and now there's a new name aiming to add to that success. This is the moment that Danny Noppert has been gearing towards. The Dutchman with a burgeoning reputation, about to throw his first darts in the World Championships, and despite that lack of experience in this tournament, he is a genuine contender. Seeded 3, ranked 4 in the world. Can he emulate the likes of Van Barneveld, Klaassen and Kist in lifting this trophy? Does look fully composed. Not lacking for support either.
First lag is Danny first.
But Paul Nicholson, one of the talking points this week has always been the fact that if a player has played in a preliminary round, it just doesn't give him that significant advantage, knowing what the stage is all about, the lights, the feel of the place, and that is something that David Cameron has in his favour today.
He certainly does, Jim, and I think more than ever before, it's applicable in this match, because when you've been here a few times and you get your first one in that preliminary round, you'll feel so comfortable today. And like we were saying with Rob at the top of the programme, there isn't any pressure on David Cameron today because the heavy favourite is Danny Noppert.
I know you're a big admirer of Noppert. What is it about his game that has most impressed you?
It's the fundamentals of his action for me. Let's have some proof. That's good enough. But what I do like is it's just straight up and down. His right forearm is very linear and there's no real deviation. He doesn't make mistakes.
Well, he has an opportunity for a 12-dart leg, his first leg on the lakeside stage in the World Championships. Was first to a finish after a couple of ton 40s, but Cameron's scoring has been excellent. 3 three-figure visits for the Canadian. Can he take advantage here? He can't. 68 for Danny Noppert to take the first leg of the afternoon.
Treble 20 was the target, 48 left. Prefers tops to double 16, obviously.
48.
Comes up short and gives Dave Cameron a really good opportunity. Tops it is.
Let's keep on the first line.
Number 10, a delight for David Cameron. And he's taken the first leg against the throw as well. He's a massive outsider in this game. Dave Cameron, Noppert was 9-1 on to win this with the in-house bookmaker. Cameron was
41.
Very tidy against Jimi Hendrix yesterday. He averaged 86, which is his best ever on the lakeside stage. And finally got the monkey off his back after beating the Dutchman. Up against Hendrix' compatriot today. Noppert acknowledging the crowd. His scoring has been very tidy so far.
96.
When you dissect it, it's a bit baffling when you think of those odds, because obviously Dave Cameron likes to play against Dutch people. Yesterday proves that. He's got that pressure off his back now. He's got experience on the stage of winning. So I just feel that they're a little bit long, those odds, but time will tell. Danny Noppert has started this leg impeccably.
22.
Look at the way Danny's darts go in. Lovely little arc. Just like Jeff Smith's from last night, but there's a little bit more deviation at the end.
81. Danny, you require 130.
Treble 20 now would leave him the bullseye. Bullseye for a 130 for Danny Noppert. Cameron a long way back, elected not to go for the ball, just a layup short with a single 10.
57. Then you require 40.
Tops for Noppert for his first leg.
5.
And these misses really could
Dave, you
affect him for the rest of the match.
Will they be costly errors? It's double 2 here for Cameron. He's got it.
So the second line, Dave Cameron. Third leg is Denny the 12 first.
Daylight between the two players, with Cameron having a 2-leg lead.
180.
And the scoring has been no problem for the youngster from Urineer Herenveen, but it's his finishing. 11 darts he's had at doubles, he's missed them all.
100.
Will be playing on his mind, surely.
There's nothing wrong with his triple 20s. Absolutely nothing wrong with them whatsoever. But doubles ultimately win you legs.
100.
Just having a few technical difficulties at the moment, and please accept our apologies.
26.
Danny on 221 here.
$100.
Again, getting the scoring right in the first 9 darts of the leg. Noppert actually has a 45-point advantage at this stage in the first 9, but it's his finishing that's let him down.
Boy, can those statistics be misleading sometimes.
53. 59.
Well, just like the last leg, Danny Noppert way in front. Should be looking at a different target. He's going to go tops again, though, to get on the board. There you go, he's found one. Clinical, and that will settle those nerves a little bit more. Encouraging stuff for the Dutchman.
Well, every match that Dave Cameron's played here at the Lakeside, his average has increased. Lost the 3-time champion Martin Adams on his Lakeside debut back in 2014. He lost the first 7 legs of his first match on this stage. Noppert lost the first 2 of his first match here and now today. And I think from that experience that Cameron had against Adams, he will know that those early finishing blues that Noppert was suffering from, something that Cameron himself has to take advantage of. He can't let his foot off his throat here.
Absolutely not. There's one thing I know about Dutch dart players, is that they're just relentless. They're never going to stop. Well, how impressive a scorer is Danny Noppert. You use the term power scoring. I'll tell you what, if he keeps going like this, he's going to give himself a lot of opportunities at doubles. One of the other things to look at with Danny Noppert's scoring is that he's got long points in those darts. You can see lots of the bed, even though he's hit that 60, which means you can get them very close together.
$55.
Well, having won
then you require 81.
His first leg, he's now on an 11-darter. He'll make do with the 12-darter, I'm sure. Double 16 here for it. And it's 2-2.
That's class. Even though David Cameron was on a finish, he didn't go 12 for bullseye. He backed himself, went for treble 10, double 16, and nailed it.
And the 2-leg advantage that Cameron had built up has very quickly evaporated.
59.
This is one of the reasons why people really rate Danny Noppert. You don't win the Scottish Open and get to the final of the Dutch Open without being a really good player. One thing I will mention about Danny as well, you don't beat a superbly informed Mensur Suljevic on the Wolverhampton Civic stage in the Grand Slam without being really talented.
140.
Well, he reached the last 16 of that event, and he ended up being beaten by Gary Anderson. No shame in that, the then PDC World Champion. But he only lost in a deciding 19th leg 3 trebles for Dave Cameron, but 3 treble ones.
Otherwise known as the Irish 180.
174.
It's 3 trebles, but slightly different score. Danny Noppert is back in this match with a bang.
100. Danny, you require 128.
Treble 20 would leave Bull. But again, Dave Cameron is miles away, so he's got
63.
the opportunity just to play things very steadily.
Don't understand the thinking of going for the treble 20 there.
92.
Hit a 140 and you can't leave a
65.
finish. But it doesn't matter because Danny Noppert's 65. 2 choices, 3 or 7. Depends if he likes double 6 or double 4, even better. What's he going to choose? It's going to be double 4, Jim.
And this is for the set.
Yeah, that's game short of the first set. Danny Noppert.
Well, it was a set he started
Second
slowly
set,
with
first leg.
11
Here's
missed
Nick
darts
first.
at doubles. That cost him the first 2 legs, but he's very quickly put it behind him. 3 shots at doubles since then. They've all hit, and Danny Noppert has the first set.
100.
And if it hadn't been for those missed doubles, his statistics would be absolutely extraordinary.
Absolutely right. This guy's got some serious talent in that bag of his. We're about to see some more of his bag of
45.
tricks, hopefully over the next few sets. But what that set told us, Jim, is that he's got mental strength. Didn't let those misses get to him.
140. $96.
Well, if you're wondering how he's assembling the lead, it's just his power scoring, particularly in the first 9 darts. But look at that, 3 180s
89.
already. We've only had 5 legs. He's had a 174 in amongst those 140 pluses as well.
In the right situation, 174s are just as good as 180s. Tell you what,
125.
when you're averaging about 120 for the first 9 and around 95 overall, even with all those missed darts at double, I think you're living with a lot of really great players in the world.
100.
He is seeded 3, Danny, and the winner of this one plays either his compatriot, the 14th seed, Richard Veenstra,
100.
or the Scotsman, Ross Montgomery. That's the next game up after this one. Cameron hoping to get himself on the board in this second set. Tops for the first leg.
32. Danny, you require 135.
Definitely going bullseye here for Danny Noppert. Right in the middle. Treble 15 would have left tops. The target that David Cameron now has
If you require
to take the
40.
first leg of the set, just like he did in the first set, to take the lead. Double 10.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
game
he likes
short
double
of the
10.
first leg. Dave Cameron.
Noticed over the last
Second
couple of days
leg
he's
is
hit that a
Danny
lot.
first.
That's obviously a very comfortable corner for him.
$100.
Really nice. Not a lot of twist in the flight through the air. Glides lovely.
43.
Well, he's had a good year, Dave Cameron. He's won 5 BDO World Ranking tournaments. Good to see David Cameron's got something in the cabinet.
Nice segue.
46.
What I was going to say about David Cameron is that he has an action that is slightly unconventional. I think it's very much like Simon Whitlock. Look at the forearm, comes from the side and twists.
137.
It's almost like he comes from the side and then throws. It's like a little corkscrew action from the elbow. If you look at it from the front, the next time he's on camera, a little bit
96.
unusual. Look at that, lovely glide. But someone like Trina Gulliver, she gets a big corkscrew through the air of the flight.
97. $97.
That is Raymond Smith. His tournament ended yesterday. He's over from Australia. He's going to stay and watch the rest of it, I have no doubt.
16.
Delighted with everything that he achieved. First Australian to win on this stage for 8 years. I'm sure it won't be 8 years until the next Aussie victory in the men's tournament.
It would not surprise me if Raymond Smith was back here next year. He's made a lot of fans.
Dave, you require 164.
He'll be hungry to get back here. If David Cameron wants to get a 2-0 lead in this set, he's going to need treble 18 now. He's got treble 18, now he needs the ball. Ooh, good effort.
23. Then you require 18.
Double 10. David Cameron's favourite by the looks of it. Has to shift a little bit.
17.
Oh, and he pulled it. Big way, it was closer to the treble.
41.
Well, this is the kind of opening Cameron has to make the most of, and he's gone one for tops, and now that favoured double 10 again, 31. And he's missed it this time. With Noppert scoring, those are the opportunities he's got to take, and Noppert punishes it.
That's a very important dart, not just to win the leg, but it says to Danny Noppert on that stage, I can hit double 5, something that I've missed an awful lot in this match.
Well, he had 7 darts at double 5 in the second leg of the match and missed them all.
100.
But then, when he just had one shot at it, he got it.
$99.
We mentioned earlier that Danny Noppert had made the final of the Dutch Open. It's not too far away, actually, the Dutch Open. Usually 59. The big starting point of the season for the BDO, a couple of weeks after Lakeside. It's amazing how many people go into that tournament and enter it.
18.
Thousands. It takes days to take care of the men's tournament and the ladies.
Had an excellent season in the Opens, particularly runner-up in that one. Won the German Open, won the Scottish Open. Another ranking title this season was the Masters of Waregem in Belgium.
140.
There's a lot of Opens on the circuit, but when you say Scottish Open and German Open to a lot of darts fans, they understand the magnitude of those titles. They've got real history.
Excellent visit there from Cameron. And he's first to a finish as he tries to
19.
Hold the throw again. 57 he needs. Single 17. Tops again his favoured route.
That's game shot on the third line. Dave Cameron.
Now the second set is still going with the throw.
It's very obvious to me that David Cameron is more of a tops and 10s kind of guy, as opposed to other people who prefer the 16s, 8s and 4s route. It's becoming more prevalent in world darts these days that stick to the game plan, play to your strengths.
96.
Congratulations.
Wonder if he bought her the ring or all the other jewellery as well. Expensive day for him. Profitable day for Danny Noppert. Could be if he can take a couple more sets.
Can Cameron reply in kind? He can. And that's his first maximum. Another 4 with Noppert.
57.
I don't think David Cameron replies that 180 a couple of years ago, Jim. I really don't. I think confidence that he's got from that eventual victory yesterday,
14.
He's now a better player.
$100.
Cameron wins this leg. He has, of course, tied things up in terms of sets.
16.
Could have done with a couple of trebles there. 2 dart finish as it is. Noppert is on a finish. 6 will leave double top. for a 106.
66. Dave, you require 125.
That would have looked good. It just didn't dip at the end into the right segment. Cameron was looking bullseye, treble 20. Semi-bull, treble 20 and tops there.
Danny, you require 40.
So Noppert comes back for tops. Can he wrap up this fourth leg? Yes, he
This
can.
came short of the fourth leg. Danny Noppert.
It's a very impressive double statistic, considering he's had so many misses at the start of the match.
Finishing stats pretty similar for the two players in the mid to high 20s in terms of percentage. Both will expect it to go up a little bit between now and the end of the game, but Noppert's not bad when you consider that he missed his first 11. He's actually 5 through 8 in the last 6-7 legs.
I think after the third leg he was on 8%. And it's pretty impressive to bring it up to that high 20s at this point in the match.
83.
I was talking to our reporter Seema before the coverage started today, and we were talking about, do players blink on their throw?
140.
Just look at Danny Noppert on the next throw. He's not a blinker. Oh, he let me down. There's a lot of players don't.
100. Dave, you require 161.
Steely look in his eyes. Could see him over the line in this set, but only if David Cameron messes up, because he is in the driving seat here.
43.
And he's thrown him a bone.
Not the time for a 43 after 3 excellent visits in the deciding 5th leg of the second set. Another treble here.
100.
Cameron's up against it. Already the 118 is under pressure. Treble 20, double 19. This is a big dart in the context of this match to make it 1-1.
Yeah, that's came short of the second set.
A crucial hold from Dave Cameron. It's Danny Noppert 1, Dave Cameron 1.
David Cameron very definitely still in this match. It's 1 set apiece. Well, Danny Noppert, the number 3 seed, off to a cracking start, but what an excellent 1-1-8 checkout from David Cameron to level the scores. If we've learnt one thing in our 3.5 days at Lakeside so far, you can't take any result for granted. Still all to play for. Let's rejoin your commentary team of Jim and Paul.
Thanks, Rob. It was a big 1-1-8 in the context of the match as well, because Danny Noppert was back on 84. Had that dart at double 19 not gone in. And it could easily have been 2-0 in Noppert's favour. As it is, it's 1-1. Good recovery from Cameron, whose real steely resilience has come to the fore this year. Marco Meyer, the referee today, the Dutchman, has a habit of presiding over games that tend to go the distance. Is this one going the same way?
First leg is Danny the 12th, game on.
There is Marco. Interesting to see who the break suited more.
180.
That answers that question. Go with the proof that Danny Noppert can play, whether you continue or whether you have a break. As you can see, those longer points
77.
showing a lot more of the bed. Look at someone like Dennis Harbour from yesterday. Short, stumpy darts. Doesn't show a lot of the bed when they go in.
140.
It's actually applicable for both guys. Both of their darts having longer points, showing a lot of that bed even when they hit it.
60.
Look at the size of that point for David Cameron. even when it's in, it still leaves a good 85% of the bed left to hit, which is great for power scoring. Perfect angle to see that.
114.
Perfect examples from both players. Thanks, guys.
340s and a 180 in this leg so far.
57. Then you require 44.
We'll be looking at 44. 4 for tops.
24. Dave, you require 134.
He's had a 118. Can he raise the bar? 134 is a lot harder because you need a treble on the first visit. On the 118,
58.
He's got a get out of jail free card by hitting a single on the first one.
He's missed 2 at double 20, 2 at double, 1 at double 10, but he doesn't miss double 5.
Danny Noppert. Second leg is Dave to throw first. Game on.
First leg of the third set going with the darts. Still Noppert expecting to be able to get the job done.
137.
So much of it down to his first 6 or 9 darts in any leg. He's had 5 180s so far.
83.
There was a danger in that last leg, Jim, that he could possibly go down the same route of the first set and start missing doubles at the start, but he rescued the situation better than before.
100.
Must have taken them a while to come up with his nickname, though.
80.
Noppy.
How did they think of it?
I don't know, there's been some corkers in the past. My favourite one is my friend Mark Walsh. Walshy.
100.
It's all in the imagination.
And Cameron's had a good leg here. But to get close,
140.
needed the 180 to leave a finish.
164.
So this way, David Cameron's got 6 starts at this 164. Doesn't have to use the bull. At the end of the combination, he might do it anyway, you never know. He's having to think about it. Why not? Why not, indeed?
The second line, Dave Cameron.
What a peach that was. His best finish on TV so far in his career. Still not good enough to take that £5,000 jackpot, though.
100.
That belongs to Glenn Durrant.
Well, I think I'm right in saying, I do stand to be corrected, I think I'm right in saying that would have been enough last year. I think it was 161 that was the highest checkout last year. 167 is the best this year from the very first leg of the week thrown by Glenn Durrant.
82.
£5,000 for the best checkout, or a share of £5,000 if somebody else hits a 167. Here he goes.
140.
All about momentum this game. And building some up. 118 and 164 checkouts inside the last 3 legs.
Remember back in 2000,
55.
Steve Duke Sr. of Australia had the largest checkout of the tournament. Last 3 darts of the event, Ted Hankey hits a 170 and takes some money out of his pocket.
100.
That's really nice.
100.
Lovely good darts. Leaves a finish. Leaves exactly the same what Cameron had in the last leg, but Cameron in great position here. Should be 11. Got to go big 11. Don't get greedy. He's hit the ball in the previous leg. Can he do it again?
96.
Well, he moved the wire.
You require 164.
Cameron will be back, and this is for a leg against the darts. Noppert with the throw
140.
in this set.
Dave, you require 25.
Another big visit, 2 darts at double 10, which has been kind to him. Double 5.
20. Then you require 24.
The door was open temporarily. Is Noppert about to shut it firmly and squarely in his face? Double six.
18.
Fine margins.
Dave, you require 5.
In a crucial leg potentially. Double two.
Yeah, that's came short on the third line. Dave Cameron.
Both players missed opportunities in that
Dave
one.
to throw first.
But against the darts, just a feeling that that is a little momentum shift.
Game on.
Ever so slightly. He's taking his time to come back to the hockey. The right thing to do, because that was an edgy leg. He should have won it sooner. Gifted Danny Noppert an opportunity to take it, but he couldn't. So now Cameron in front again in the odd-numbered set.
121.
Cameron had a 2-0 lead in the first set, but still lost it. There's a 2-1 lead now in the set in which Noppert has the darts.
16.
You're talking about the odds at the start of the match, Jim. I bet you they're a bit shorter now for David Cameron, because he's in the lead in the third set.
There's no chance he's a 15-2 shot from here.
114.
He's obviously got class. Been winning tournaments over in North America for a long time now.
100.
And I'm putting his renewed success down to the fact he's got rid of his fringe.
That must be it.
Yeah. I'm not ashamed to say it wasn't a good fringe. That's a much better haircut, David. Well done to you. You saw the light.
Danny, you require 117.
Opportunity to break back straight away. 117. Treble 19. Tops for a 117, and an immediate break back.
Short on the fourth line. Danny Noppert. Fifth flag is Danny to throw first. Game on.
Well, a brilliant finish. A calm reaction in a key leg. A lot of guys like Dean Reynolds and other people in this tournament, even in World Darts, would have really celebrated there, but I think it shows the maturity of Danny Noppert hitting that double top and that 117 combo to just think the most
59.
important leg is yet to come, and that's the one we're playing right now.
Is this going to be his 6th of the match?
114.
Sector the gap between those two existing darts, which threw it down.
137.
The third dart was standing to attention, but he had his feet in the wrong place. Danny Noppert has showed real guts, determination, and calmness in this set, because he could have pressed the panic button. Decided to start hitting treble 20s instead.
100. Danny, you require 121.
On a 12 darter again to clinch set number 3. Needed the treble, which would have left him double 18.
105.
Cameron back on 205, so Noppert will be back for set darts at double 8 in a moment.
41. Danny, you require 16.
This for the set.
Yeah, that's came short on the third set. Danny Noppert.
Again, the celebration muted, understated, but made the point.
Dave to throw first. Game on.
Could easily have lost that set to go 2-1 down. And again, he's won legs 4 and 5, and instead he's 2-1 up.
He points the amount of fingers at his fans that he needed for that double 8, just the one. And his average of about 96. He's around about the best in this tournament so far. Geert de Vos was the best last night.
100.
Slightly over the previous best of Glenn Durrant. 32 per dart is very handy indeed. And he's giving himself opportunities with a really impressive first 9 of about 110. a bit unfortunate on that second dart. Sometimes when you're good at putting them together, you just get the odd one like
96.
that. It just goes ping off the little ring in the stem. Sometimes it hangs on for a Robin Hood shot. Sometimes it just falls on the floor.
100.
Plenty of room to squeeze the third one in. Didn't need to, being on 181, obviously. Leaves himself double 18, but Cameron on Shanghai. Needed the treble.
16. Then you require 36.
For the first leg of the fourth set, and it is against the darts. If he gets it, he does. Squeezes it into the corner quite beautifully.
Second leg is
As they say in Holland, double 18. Very nice indeed.
Just has to hold his throw a couple of times now, and he's through.
Been very impressed with Danny Noppert this season, but even more so today. There's a danger of him not liking the lakeside stage because... Well, there you go, there's more proof. But there was a danger, Jim, that he didn't like the lakeside stage because at the World Masters he didn't win here. He was beaten by Kylie Edmonds of Canada. Obviously put that demon to bed.
Also played here in the quarterfinal of the World Trophy back in May. Reached the quarterfinal. Dean Reynolds beat him on that occasion.
26.
It's only a small step towards what I think he will privately believe is his destiny, to have a run very deep in this tournament.
16.
Arrived with a burgeoning reputation, but it is a reputation that has been further enhanced from what we've seen so far.
It's not a bad little group of
16.
Dutch Lakeside World Champions here. Van Barneveld, Klassen, Kist. Add Noppert to that. He would love it. All he wants is tops.
Yeah,
Tops he gets. Starting to get more comfortable now. Has a bit of breathing space. One more leg and he's in the next round.
16.
4 legs in a row now for Danny Noppert. Proud Dutchman, and proud to come from Friesland as well. That is the Frisian flag. Comes from Vuren near Heerenveen.
It's a bit of a thing these days, people wearing
16.
different things on their sleeve. I had something on my dart shirt that was very reminiscent of Bucky Barnes from Captain America, because I've got a bit of a dodgy left arm. But Gary Anderson likes to wear the Scottish tartan on his left sleeve.
.97.5 Danny Noppert is averaging,
96.
which, as you mentioned, is better than Gert de Vos last night, the current pace setter. Half a point better than Glenn Durrant in his first round match. I think a lot of that has been down to the fact that David Cameron's pushed him here. He's had to perform, but he has.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think David Cameron has played a very, very good game today, but I think we're seeing with his statistics, his normal game is around about 87. What he had yesterday, if he was going to beat Danny today, he really had to up his average by about 5 or 6. Hasn't been able to do that, and that's why he's behind.
Well, these could be his last darts of the week.
16. Then you require 14.
So it's tops for the match. for Danny Noppert. Little sighter with the first art.
Game, shot, and the match, Danny Noppert.
Squeezes the second one in. Noppert off to a winning start. There have been plenty of players that have arrived on the lakeside stage in the past where so much has been expected of them, and they've frozen. No sense of occasion problem for Danny Noppert today. Dave Cameron will retire back to Canada after yet again recording his best ever figures on the lakeside stage, but it's Noppert who's through by 3-1.
What an impressive debut from Danny Noppert, the number 3 seed, living up to all the hype before the Lakeside Championship began. He's still in it to win it. All the analysis coming live after the break.